Hey guys, I'll be back at you with another story. Here's a chilling little tale about a dog training gone wrong. The place was called Iron Will Canine Academy. It sat at the end of a gravel road outside a dying mill town. Chain link runs, a weathered red barn converted into an indoor arena, and a single floodlight that buzzed like dying insects. A trainer, a man everyone just called Russ, had a reputation. He could fix any dog. Aggression, fear, separation anxiety, prey drive, didn't matter. After 2 weeks with Russ, the dog came home calm, obedient, almost eerily perfect. People whispered he used old methods, harsh ones, but the results spoke louder. Ben dropped off his 18-month-old German Shepherd Ranger after the dog had lunged at a neighbor's kid. Nothing serious, just a scare, but Ben's wife insisted. 2 weeks, Russ said, taking the leash without looking Ben in the eye. He'll come back a different animal. First update arrived by text on day 3. A photo of Ranger sitting statue still in the arena, ears pricked, eyes locked on something off camera. Caption: making progress, focus is sharp. Day 6. Another photo. Ranger mid-heel, perfect posture, but his tongue lolled strangely long, like it didn't fit his mouth anymore. Day 9, no photo, just a voice message from Russ, low and calm. He's learning fast, real fast. Don't worry if he seems distant when you pick him up. It's normal. Ben arrived on the scheduled pickup day at dusk. The floodlight was off, the gate was open, no dogs barking, just wind rattling the empty runs. Inside the barn, the air smelled of wet concrete and copper pennies. Russ stood in the center ring under a single hanging bulb, arms folded. Ranger sat at his left heel, perfect left heel, back straight, head high. Ben called the dog's name. Ranger didn't move, didn't even twitch an ear. Russ smiled thinly. He waits for the command now, only the command. Ben tried again, louder, nothing. Russ gave a soft whistle, 2 short notes. Ranger rose smoothly, walked 3 paces forward, sat again. Eyes never left Russ. He's yours again, Russ said. Just remember, he listens to me first, always will. Ben clipped the leash on. Ranger followed without resistance, but his gait was mechanical, like a wind-up toy. No tail wag, no sniff at the grass, just forward motion. That night at home, Ranger ate, drank, slept in his crate like always, but around 3 a.m., Ben woke to the sound of nails clicking on hardwood, slow, deliberate circles in the living room. He found Ranger pacing in perfect figure eights, eyes reflecting green in the dark, staring at nothing. When Ben said his name, Ranger stopped instantly, then tilted his head at an impossible angle, the way dogs do when they hear a far-off sound, except there was no sound. The next morning, Ranger was back to normal, almost. He heeled perfectly on walks, sat before every doorway, waited for permission to eat. Neighbors commented how well-trained he was. Too well-trained. Then the command started slipping in. Ben would say, sit, and Ranger sat. But Ben would say nothing at all, and Ranger still sat suddenly, rigidly. At exactly 3:17 a.m. every night, Ben would whisper down in passing, and Ranger dropped flat, belly to the floor, eyes tracking Ben's face like he was waiting for the next invisible order. One evening, Ben found Ranger standing in the kitchen, staring up at the ceiling vent. A low growl rumbled, not angry, just constant, like an engine idling. Ben knelt. "What do you hear, boy?" Ranger's eyes flicked to him for the first time since pickup. Something almost like recognition flashed there. Then it vanished. He turned back to the vent and resumed the growl. That night, the growl stopped at 3:17 a.m. sharp. And instead came the whistle, 2 short notes, from somewhere inside the house, not from Ranger's throat, from everywhere at once. Ranger arose from his bed, walked to the front door, sat perfectly, and waited. Ben opened the door. No one there. But Ranger stepped outside anyway, calm, obedient, into the dark yard. He heeled to an empty spot on the lawn, sat, then lay down, chin on paws, staring toward the road that led back to Ironwell. He stayed like that until dawn. Ben tried calling Russ the next day. Number disconnected. The Academy's website was gone. The gravel road now ended at a log gate with fresh no trespassing signs. Ranger still lives with Ben. He's flawless on leash, never barks, never chews, never begs. But every night at 3:17 a.m., without fail, he rises, walks to the front door, and sits, waiting for the whistle, waiting for the command only he can hear. Sometimes Ben swears he hears it too faint. 2 short notes drifting down from the ceiling vent like someone upstairs is still training. He doesn't go up there anymore. He just locks the door tighter and hopes Ranger keeps waiting for us and not him. Thanks for listening, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Bubba floats you up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.